What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. Messed up and out of touch, let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think, well, I lie awake and contemplate at night. Wearing me out.
Good evening. Sorry I was a couple of minutes late. I was actually replying to Pinball Preparedness. Oh my goodness, were we so honored to have his comment. I didn't even realize it. Somebody had said a comment, made a comment that went through, said something about me hiding comments. And I don't hide comments. I don't delete comments. That's not how we roll. I will if it's like, of course, if it's a porn spam or something like that. Yeah, of course, I'll get rid of that. But I mean, if somebody's got a critical comment, I won't get rid of it. I just won't. It's, it's one of those things. But you get to deal with my response as well. See, we get a lot of people, it seems, around these YouTube parts that think that somehow your subscriber count is equal to your intellect. Now, I don't know how that figures. I guess that probably makes just as much sense as their partisanship bullshit. But, what have you. The last I knew, an IQ number and a subscriber count number are two different things. The last I knew, if you had a channel that gave away a bunch of free shit, you're going to have people coming in droves to sign up. My challenge is this, Pinball. If you're so wanted by the people, start another channel. I know you've got just another one besides the pinball prepping. Start another channel. Dedicate it to your political bullshit. And tell me how it does. No giveaways. Just your whatever. I mean, you don't have to be limited to your political bullshit. You talk about prepping, whatever. No freebies. No giveaways. And tell me how your channel does. Because I'm not naive, dumbass. I've been around for a little while. Yeah, I've had a YouTube channel for 10 years. You know that comment, by the way, that you made this morning about not being with somebody? Gangsta Giggles that you see in the chat? Me and her's been together, I do believe, longer than you've been married, jackass. So, I guess you failed on that. Dude, what I am trying to do is wake people up. The problem is your balloon-sized ego, along with many of the other channels as well. You're a bunch of rerees that can't hear nothing. You all went around and you copied one another and you fucked it up. Let me repeat that. You copied one another and you fucked it up. That ain't my fault, brother. I didn't do that. But there are millions, literally millions of lives that can be saved, jackass. You want to talk about prepping and preparedness? You want to have your minions ask if I'm into preparedness? I've got this shit set up. It's done, bitch. Done. And you don't even know the first thing about building one. Which is fine. I don't require everybody know everything. I don't know everything, not even close. Only a fool thinks that they even know a substantial amount of what there is to learn. Because I can just pick a couple of different interests that I've had, and I could have spent my entire damn life studying just one or two things. And at the end of my life, at my last breath, still not have covered it entirely. And I am smart enough to know that. I also know that I have dedicated a large period of my life to learning. A very large period of my life. While you're busy watching ball games and jerking off, I'm learning how to do shit. Have been all my life. Yeah, socially, I'm as lame as you get. I am as lame as you get. But what does that fucking matter, man? When the balloon goes up, when the card house falls, what's that going to matter? What's social popularity going to make a damn bit of difference? What's going to matter then? How many subscribers you got? Or how much shit you got in your head? What's going to make the bigger difference, genius? So you can go on and you can ego yourself to death over your freebie channel. Because, dude, the people half the time that you're insulting is your demographic, dude. They're there to get free shit. It's mind-blowing to me. And I think it's awful degrading to your viewers for you to sit there and go off the deep end about anybody that thinks even the slightest different than you. You want to deprive people of rights. You've said it right out. You want to deprive people of rights that think differently than you. I've heard you say that liberals shouldn't be allowed to own a gun. I've heard you say that liberals shouldn't be allowed to vote. You know, that's really Hitlerific. It truly is really Hitlerific. You, sir, are nothing but a piece of shit. A not very educated one at that. My challenge stands open. Live stream, you can bring your buddies. If I'm such a fucking dumbass, because see, with the live stream, it's all what we have in our head. So that means there can't be any studying. That means no. Just an open conversation. Let's see what the fuck you know. Do you have a line on salt? Probably not. What about iodine? What are you going to do for iodine? Because, you know, they actually put iodine in salt. What are you going to do for iodine when you run out of salt? What are you going to do for salt, period, when you run out of salt? Do you got a line on salt? Do you know where your nearest salt mine is? Have you talked to anybody there? No? Interesting. No plan to get combustion engines running at all. So no way to plant, harvest, and process enough food. Okay. No salt, because apparently that ain't important. Nah. Your buddy needs to ask you if you even prep. Pinball, you just ran right out of the gate when I asked about a deal, talking to Elliot about a deal for rigid solar panels and a Delta 1300. You called me stupid, you ignorant son of a bitch. You could have walked that back at any time, and you choose not to because of your ego and your pride. And you are going up against somebody that probably doubles your IQ. You are so ignorant. Anytime, man. Live stream. You can get all your little butt buddies together. Live stream. We'll have a conversation. We'll see what you know. Bring some heavy hitters. Don't be bringing people like Angry Pepper and shit. No, bring some heavy hitters. Some people that really know their shit. We'll see where I'm at. We'll see what maybe all of you have missed. Because, like I said, the whole combustion engine thing, wood gasification, being able to get the machines going again, that's just scratching the surface. You know, you can learn a lot of good stuff on YouTube, but you can also learn a lot of bad stuff on YouTube. That's the way it is. You'll figure it out. Probably not going to be in a very pleasing manner, but you'll figure it out. You know, people that actually had any intellect, any intelligence, would drop their ego, would drop their emotion, and say, shit, this is something I didn't look at. Just shows your ego is bigger than your intelligence. That's on you, not me. I tell you, some people are a level of ignorance that is unbelievable. Somebody you don't know, out of the gate, call them stupid because they knew better than to buy plastic portable panels. Okay. You can't even own that. Haven't even owned that, Pinball. Haven't even owned up to that. I'm used to dealing with men. I don't even know how to deal with you folks. Anyway, I've got a few articles for you, just a few, and then some headlines. It really wasn't, I mean, there was a lot of stuff in there, and as far as the headlines, a lot of it's just meh, you know the drill. Of course, the Canadian thing and the, celebrating the Nazi dude, that, of course that was all over the news. None of the articles I have up have to do with that. I'm sure you've heard about that 20 times today. Let's see. This, however, I was just talking about this the other night. I was saying that the folks in the United States are going to be looking at energy increases, and I mean some pretty massive energy increases, because we're going to be subsidizing the fuel to get over to Europe and the UK. We're going to be subsidizing that entire operation, as if we haven't already been. But we're going to be doing so through energy costs as well. And I said that, and, I knew I had to wait until a headline that, would basically prove my point. And lo and behold, it wasn't that long. I think it was last week I was talking. In fact, I know it was last week I was talking about it. So here it says, EU faces dependence on U.S. energy supplies, says an official. The EU will have to buy liquefied natural gas, or LNG, from the U.S. for several decades after the bloc opted to sharply reduce purchases from Russia, Joel Jorgensen, Director General for Energy in the European Commission, told the Financial Times on Monday. According to the energy official, the bloc's reliance on supplies of American LNG is expected to persist. We will need some fossil molecules in the system over the coming couple of decades, and in that context, there will be need for American energy, Jorgensen said. I have to interrupt this because something just smacked me in the head that should have been said the very, 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 very first out of the gate, and in fact should have been said yesterday. But if I don't write down stuff like that, I will forget. That's why I've got post-it notes right there. And I didn't write it down. My apologies. My apologies to Frank for not doing so and not being more timely in this. I want to ask a favor. I want to ask if you wouldn't mind to have some thoughts, some prayers for an old friend of mine, Frank. You see him come in the chat from time to time. He got the nickname, let me get this right, Buck U2 Fitch is how it's said, Buck U2 Fitch. And he's in the chat from time to time. And his wife has very recently passed away. And so I don't even have words for stuff like that. I just don't. But just please, if you can spare a prayer and some thoughts, I'm sure Frank would appreciate them. So, Let's see. Basically, the main reason I was bringing this article up was to basically show you that, yep, that is what's going on, and that's what they're trying to set up to do. They're trying to set it up so that the EU and UK are energy dependent on the United States because, of course, that's money. And so the best way to do that is destroy their relationship with Russia and then swoop in and take all the extra business. The level of predatory business, and this is what gets me. Because here's the thing. When you play these types of games with other countries, inevitably they're going to play them back. And it's going to just be a back and forth, and it's just going to escalate each time, just like pendulum of power. And, you know, the ones that really suffer in all of it is just average consumers like you and I. These people make a fortune off of this stuff. I just, you know, and I don't have any answers as to what we can do. There's only one answer, in my opinion, on fixing this. I mean, the whole damn system is broken. You don't fix that. You reboot it. You reinstall it. But you can't fix that. Now, I'll tell you what, I think we're going to be heading to hell in a handbasket real soon. I am concerned about energy costs this winter. And when I say I'm concerned, I'm talking about the United States. I'm very concerned about that. I think that not a lot of people got a break last winter, but we were among some that got a break last winter. I don't know that anybody's much going to get a break this winter. We'll see. I don't know anything about our city's contracts with Ameren. I don't know when they renew or anything like that. So let's see, because it's a whole different ball of wax than what most people deal with. We pay our city for electricity. Our city is the electrical provider. However, they essentially pipe in the power from Ameren, okay? And so they're just kind of a middleman. But at the same time being a middleman, they buy it at a bulk rate, and they can usually get it at a better price and offer it to their, the residents for a little better price than what you would directly from Ameren. And so that's usually pretty much the case. And I don't know when that contract goes up, when they're going to renew the contract. You know, it's hard to say. Probably not that hard to say. I just never looked into it. Probably just go to City Hall meeting and find out. This kind of happened early on into my day. I saw this headline come in. Scores dead in Nagorno-Karabakh blast, says media. Says powerful blast has rocked a fuel storage facility in Nagorno-Karabakh, authorities in the disputed region said on Monday. The facility is near a highway linking the region's self-styled capital of Stepanakert, something like that, known as Kankindi in Azerbaijan, to the town of Askaran in the northeast. Videos of the incident shared on social media showed a fire raging over the area and a plume of thick black smoke. The highway near the fuel depot appeared to contain heavy traffic. According to reports, a large number of vehicles were lining up for gas at the time of the blast. Local media stated that more than 200 people had been killed or injured. The Nagorno-Karabakh Interior Ministry confirmed there had been casualties, but did not provide further details. Armenian authorities have not commented on the incident, while officials in Baku and the Russian peacekeeping force stationed in the disputed region are also yet to issue any statements. Says the incident occurred as large numbers of ethnic Armenians attempt to leave Nagorno-Karabakh for Armenia following the imposition of control by Azerbaijani forces. Baku launched counter-terrorism measures of a local nature in the disputed region last Tuesday, cited an alleged Armenian military buildup. Yerevan denied the accusation. Back and forth stuff, but keep an eye on it because it's more instability, and I don't know exactly how all this plays in, so I'm not going to sit here and try to bullshit you like I could possibly war game what could happen. I have no idea. I really have no idea of the relationships involved and stuff like that. Leo, it was, Pinball and then somebody by the nickname, I don't know, it came up B, as in like bitch. So, let's see. Comments. Came up, like I said, B. Oh, Briss Sense, whatever. It's on, yeah, it's not on a video. If you go to the community thing where the post, it's on a post. They replied on a post. And, yep. So, I think the last one on the community tab. So, yeah. I have no idea who the B cat is, but, yeah. It's hilarious, because like Pinball would say, okay, Mike Callahan, poser, fraud, at least I have people that watch me. You've been doing this for 10 years, and obviously no one thinks you have anything to offer. 22 views. Quit embarrassing yourself. I'm not here for my ego. I'm not here for that. I don't care if I have I don't care if I don't have any listeners. At least I know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, Pinball, and then like I say, that's whoever the hell this other cat is. Do a video, show us your food storage. This guy said, how do I have time to do anything from Grandma's basement? So apparently we live in Grandma's basement. Okay. Let's see some preps. Okay, well, you could go into my video list and prepper closet. I think you could put in prepper closet, and it'll bring up the prepper closet, which shows you enough. You don't need any more looks in the prepper closet. That shows you plenty enough. And garden, we do rent. Not the basement from my grandma, but we do rent, and so we can't have a garden. I do have 2 indoor grow tents. Only one's put up, in all honesty, but I do own 2 indoor grow tents. One of them is currently up in there right now. Nothing in it right now. I will be getting to planting marijuana very soon, though. I assure you. And let's see. That was the garden comment. Off-grid setup, why don't you put in like solar or something like. Do you even try, or are you that lazy? You're so lazy you can't even go into this YouTube search function and search to see if I've covered any of this stuff. Wow, retarded and lazy. Wow. Oh wait, it says read more. Let me see if there's more. The people want to know, are you a prepper or a bullspit talker? I don't know, man. Those videos have been there for a long fucking time. Prove it, armchair quarterback. Okay, well then I'm gonna really cover you, little bitch. What about when I showed you that you can go back 2000? Let me get the date. Hang on. Let me grab it so I can give you the fucking date. Am I a prepper? The date on this manila envelope is the 8th month, 28th day, 8th month, so 8/28/2016, right? So let's see how hard, let's go see how hard this is. Oh crap, that might be a little hard to do quickly anyway. I'll try. I'll give it the old college try. would have been alive probably. And I'm not quite sure how I did my dates at that time. Probably slashes, because I prefer the slashes. But I guarantee you, 28, 2016. Bing! Nothing. Okay. Let me put in 2016. Get back my search thing. 2016. Boom. Yay, 2016. 828, you say? Yeah, 129, 129. 829. 829. 829. So it'd be one day before this one, and I did do it that way. Let me try the 29 and see if that comes up right. Let me try again, change that to an 8. Nope. I wonder if that was one of them that had to be removed. It should, I think, be on Rumble, I believe. Anyway, let me get to my point. That's the big thing. Let me get to my point. In 2016, on this channel, I talked about this very manila envelope. I talked about the gasifier instructions that was in the manila envelope. If I haven't been doing this for very long, then that must be some of that crazy, what was that, with the Bernstein bear bullshit, the Mandela effect or something like that. So did I Mandela effect into 2016 and put this there so I can hold it up to you now and say, dumbass, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been into preparedness for a very, very, very long time. My question is this. When you face the Father and he's asking you about those lies, what's going to be your defense? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? What's going to be your excuse to the Father as to why you would libel me? I want to know. Because apparently you're pretty certain that you're in the right. That without knowing anything about me at all, without even looking in the YouTube search bar for what I have and have not covered, you just outright make shit up. You lie. So you're a liar. Do you think the Father is going to look at you as anything different than a liar? Entertain that for me. How's that work? I'm interested. Because I've been asking folks that follow this show to hold all of you up to the Father, as well as me. Hold us up. Because I know how to read, and I've actually read that Bible more than once. I know what it has to say in it. I know what it has to say about these times. I know what it has to say about people that pull shit like blatant lies about people without knowing anything. Like I said, I have no idea where Pinball got the notion that I had been single. I don't know where the fuck you got that notion at, dude. It's crazy. You just make shit up. I just want to know what you're going to say to the Father. when you're sitting there in front of the Father and He's asking you why you would do that to somebody that all they're trying to do is help and bring information and save as many lives as what he can. Not here for the ego, not here for the money, not here for any of that nonsense, you know, the man nonsense, the earthly nonsense the Bible warns about. You know how the Bible talks about how we shouldn't be seeking these earthly pleasures, your subscriber count. But I got it wrong. Nah, see, we're just on different teams. I'm on the Father's team, and you're not. You're on your team. Whatever, man. I am not responsible for your fuck-ups. Amen. Amen. Anyway, continuing on with the news. Since I don't know anything about anything, I've never prepped, not a day of my life. Ridiculous. Alright, oh, I thought I switched to back over. Thank you, Ryan, very, very much. Howdy, by the way. I was just looking up, reading the chat. I really suck at that. I have to get better at that. It's like right there. Now, I'm one of those people that get squirreled easy, and so that's why I kind of, when I'm talking about something, I focus on it, because I'll squirrel myself without the help of anybody else. I do it all the damn time. As I'm getting older, it's getting worse. I never really used to be that way. I could stay like laser focused on anything. As I get older, it's just like, squirrel, you know? Shiny thing. It's weird. Anyway, American belief in climate change surges 10 points after hot summer poll. I figured this might be an important thing to cover. I almost made this the headline for the show, but I didn't. I almost made it the headline for the show because, and I didn't. The big reason why I didn't is because of the stupid damn thing underneath the video. If I would have, that's why I didn't. You know, this is one of those subjects where I don't know how the hell we're supposed to address it, right? Because you've got people that want to politicize everything to hell. And when they politicize everything to hell, you can't get the truth in any which way but loose. And the truth of the matter is, we are experiencing a climate change. We always do, and that's a given, you know. I mean, hell, summer, spring, winter, fall, you know, that's climate change, right? However, there are also other types of climate change, especially with things like the cycles and stuff like that. And that is what we are experiencing. It's a cycle. So I can't sit here in good conscience and say climate change isn't real, because it is. So it's pole shift. And it's the other thing I highly recommend you look into. Remember, I've said from day one, I'm here to teach two things. Wood gasification. Yeah, I've been here 10 years and I still haven't gotten any further with it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? 10 years I've been talking about this, and people haven't been bright enough to pick up on it and go, oh shit, I haven't thought about that. But I'm the dumbass. Okay. The other thing is pole shift, because science, yo. And I'm telling you, people think I'm being a horse's ass about this wood gasification thing. I'm not. I'm not. Because we are not even scratching the surface. We've got a whole damn pole shift after this to go. That good book is incredibly accurate. And I would say I would expect there to be a time of tribulation. I don't think we started it yet, but I think we're just about to. And the good book says that's going to be 7 years worth. Now, how that's going to translate out, who knows? I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I can guess it or that anybody else can, because I can't. What I can tell you is I take what it says to heart. And that means if we got, let's say it is 7 years, then that's 7 years that I assume we're not going to have things like fuel. We're not going to have things like, stores. We're going to be on our own. Anybody want to tell me how they plan to plant, harvest, and process enough food by hand, or how they are going to train the people, animals, and get the equipment built, or how they're going to get the refineries back fired up, or how they're going to convince the aliens to come down and give us free energy. Maybe they're hoping for that. Maybe they're hoping for that. But I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for the aliens to come and bring free energy. I'm going to solve the problem. Oh shit. I solved that problem over a decade ago. But I'm the dumbass. Amazing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Flash is incredible, man. I love his gasifier design. And like I say, the ones that I built are very close to his design. But as you watch through his videos, like after he initially gets it built, starts doing his testing and stuff like that, then he makes some changes to it. And I think there was one change that he made that I included because of his video, because he made aware of the change. And then there were a couple other things that I changed that I just came across, and then subsequently he wound up having some issues with those areas later. So, but yeah, dude, that thing is incredible. I think, in my opinion, the most important parts, because I got to mention two, in his setup is his design for his nozzle, using the garden tractor rim, is perfect. And the air tubes going down to feed the oxygen. I love the way he's got that set up. That was one of the areas that I made some changes. So there's, on the ones I built, there are multiple inlets and multiple tubes going down to feed oxygen into the the burner. So other than that, pretty much the same system. Oh, and the idea of his that I did use was his shaker. Before he actually did it, he talked about it. And that's what I did it from, because he talked about it, that he needed to automate a shaker plate in order to deal with the ash. So, yep. I included that. I used a much better grate than what he used. So, we had some cut. So, they were made perfect. So, and then a lot of what we used on the insides was stainless. So that's another tip I could give you. Go with stainless. I can't think of anything else offhand. If I can think of anything else, though, I'll definitely, Ryan, I'll remember and I'll get your attention. I'll let you know. But I think I covered all the differences that I had from his. So the downdraft is just that design is just such a much better design than the FEMA version. So nothing wrong with the FEMA version. It's just not as good and not as efficient. Like I say, when it comes to this pole shift, climate change, whatever you want to call it, folks, I cannot tell you enough that this planet is going to undergo something that would be the worst of the worst of the worst nightmares you could ever have. It can be proven by science. It's happened many times before, and it will happen many times again. It's a natural cycle. And, you know, you get these people that think they're something special. They have no idea the weight of what it is that they're even addressing. The whole preparedness thing. There's a lot of weight to that. There's a lot of responsibility to that. In my opinion, there should be. Means you should really kind of go back through and check everything and double check everything and triple check everything and actually try to catch things that you miss instead of just bouncing around the same shit over and over and over for years between the same people. I can't change reality. I can't change truth. I can't change fact. I don't understand these folks. I'm not here because it's cool and hip. I'm not here because it's the thing everybody's talking about. I'm here because there was not a reliable news source that I could find that didn't have some type of damned agenda, wasn't some type of partisanship bullshit. Nothing. Nothing. And at the same time that somebody actually covered what was really going on in this country and around the world, I am not one that is real hip on the idea of giving people a bunch of problems and not offering any solutions. So that was the other intent with this channel. The intent of this channel has never been to grab as many subscribers as we can, to make as much money. It has never, and it will never be. I want the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and none of the rest. You can sit there and try to discourage me all you want, Pinball. But the truth of the matter is, I've shown you for what you are. And you just keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting. I'm serious. Do a live stream. Let's see what you know. But you won't do it. You don't even have enough integrity to own up to being the one that started this. I don't expect a whole lot from you. I'm used to dealing with men, not little boys that can't own up to their shit. Sorry. I know, I spent an awful lot of time on that piece of work. I just, like I say, I want to know I want to know what the Father's going to have to say, because that's all that matters. That is all that matters. They can bullshit me with all their nonsense they want. All comes down to that moment when you're standing in front of the Father. And he's like, so you treated people like shit all the way up until the end, huh? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Alright, let's read some headlines. We'll jimmy out the back door and call it a day. I'm sure Blue's ready. He's over there sleeping now. Let's see. German Chancellor meddling in Polish election, says Warsaw. Global warming could cause beer deficit, a brewer claims. There you go. UK firm shedding staff as recession fears mount. Evo Morales announces 2025 Bolivian presidential bid. Oh, I didn't hear it. Apparently I got huffed. Probably because I was talking about her. Let's see. Russia demands answers after Canadian MPs applaud Ukrainian Nazi SS veteran. Cuban embassy in U.S. Attacked with petrol bombs, says Havana, whatever. Havana. Yeah. Police arrest dozens of anti-government protesters in Armenia. Oh, wait. Are you there, Fire Marshal Bill? I just was curious. I was just curious if you think with this whole YouTube thing, if I ever found my niche. I had to do that to him. I hope you hear that, bro, if you're not here. I was talking to him today, and I found out that was one of his pet peeves, was when people say the word niche instead of niche. So, had to get one in the ribs there. Let's see. Russian maritime trade forecast to grow. Police arrest dozens of anti-government protesters in Armenia. BRICS an ideal alliance to ditch the dollar, says Venezuelan FM. EU faces dependence on U.S. energy supplies, says an official. Jewish groups condemn Canadian Parliament for honoring Ukrainian Nazi veteran. NATO peacekeepers gave Kosovo's carte blanche to kill Serbs, says Vucic. Huffed again. Female pharmacists fleeing Ukraine, says media, because they're trying to conscript them. So, that's why they're fleeing. Western sanctions hurt ordinary Russians, says Finland. Most Russian oil exports bypassing price cap, says Financial Times. Crypto star Bitmama arrested over $72 million fraud. Yeah, that was something that Fire Marshal Bill and I was talking about earlier as well. We were talking about taxes and all the new tax laws and the changes, and basically who's gonna wind up getting their titties in a ringer. And we talked a little about Etsy, and Etsy takes the taxes out. So like when you sell an item on Etsy, they take the taxes out. So but you'll get a 1099 and all that from them. Unless any of that's changed. I haven't done anything on Etsy in a while, so that could have changed. But like the last I knew, like YouTube doesn't take taxes out. The last I knew they didn't. I don't know. I don't get paid from YouTube. Oh, wait. let's see, where are we at? We are setting at 0.002 cents revenue right now. So, can't say it's nothing. But anyway, I think you're going to see something very interesting on YouTube in the next coming year, 2 years. I think you're going to see a lot of creators disappear. I think it's going to be because of tax fraud. EU state used it, and by the way, they're doing it left and right in Russia right now. Well, if you couldn't tell. And again, I want to point out how things happening around the world at the same time by countries that are supposedly against each other. It seems a little suspicious. The last godfather dies in custody, says media. EU state used Israeli spyware on exiled Russian journalists, says editors. First U.S.-made Abrams tanks arrive in Ukraine, says Zelensky. EU states using totalitarian methods to spy on journalists, says MEP. EU makes precedent-setting decision on frozen Russian assets, says Kommersant. German police launch probe into Nazi salutes at Oktoberfest. NATO looking to expand into Asia, says Russian MP. Hungary issues ultimatum to Ukraine. Russian senator to receive warning after visiting NATO countries, says media. Hungary warns EU against ditching Russian energy. Scores dead. Oh, I covered that one. EU member warns against Russia's sanctions. Putin hates us, says Hillary Clinton. I'm pretty sure Putin and the rest of the world hates you too. All cell phones pose radiation threat, says regulator. I'm telling you, I don't hold one up to my ear. I don't. I even got to thinking about my watch today because I do wear a smartwatch. I was thinking, it just dawned on me today. I'm like, shit, I got a smartwatch on my arm. But now it doesn't put out like a cell phone puts out. Not even close. Or pulls in, either way. So let's see. Polish leaders accuse film director of acting in support of Putin. And let's see. Uh-oh. All hell could break loose in mere seconds. Maybe not. Depends on her mood. Let's see. Western public stupefied by Russia-hating propaganda, says Kremlin. Russia adds ICC leadership to wanted list. Russian drone strikes Ukrainian jet from long range. Armenian leader making huge mistake, says Moscow. American belief in climate change surges 10 points after hot summer, says a poll. UN censures Canada over celebration of Ukrainian World War II Nazi veteran. Zelensky's wife unsure if he will seek re-election, says CBS. So I guess she's making the decision. European country demands Canada apologize for applauding Ukrainian Nazi SS veteran. So that would be the headline. Fun. Yeah, no, it's not. The Bluetooth and even the Wi-Fi isn't as bad as like the phone signal. Not even close. But now, Bluetooth 5, I think it is, the new one that has such an extended range over the prior ones. Now that might be a different story. I'll have to look into that. So, I don't know. I don't know what all they found, but like I said, I don't think Bluetooth is bad, and I kind of think it differs on the per the device. I don't think a watch would be too bad, depending, as long as you didn't have a SIM card in it. So that would change the whole the whole thing. Yeah, I don't think I'd want 5G up against me all the time. No. On 5 or 5.2 Bluetooth, you mean? I don't. Let me look into that, because I really can't give you a lot of thoughts on it. Literally, the only thing that I know about it is that it's got a much further range than the prior version. So let me look into it, find out what's going on with it. It might be a different, the container, the packet might be different. A lot of times that's the big differences when you see things go from like 4G to 5G and stuff. A lot of times it's because of the packet, the way that they package and send the data changes. And they can just compress it more, send much more over, the same amount of bandwidth. It's always interesting to keep up with. I don't know how the hell they do it, but it amazes me. I will look into that. I will definitely dig into the Bluetooth 5 and 5.2 and see what's up with that. I was meaning to anyway. The only reason why I even know about the range thing is because of remote ID with drones. Because that was the thing that some of the content creators on YouTube was saying. If you if you didn't really want anybody to be tracking you, use an older phone that's only got like Bluetooth 4 or whatever, because the range isn't that much. So in other words, anybody else that was around trying to track your drone and you, if you're not putting out a very strong signal, they're not going to be able to track you. So, but the Bluetooth 5, from my understanding, the drone can make it a pretty considerable distance before you lose it on the app. So, I actually had the drones up earlier today. I got this picture, and the reason why it's not a good picture is because I had a damn DJI update, and that set me back about 5 minutes. So if you would imagine about 5 minutes sooner, that would have probably been much more pretty. And then I took both drones up earlier. I took the Mini up too for a little drive, and took video of the water tower. I'm gonna probably take the Mavic Air 2 tomorrow and get better video of the water tower, because they just painted it, and I hadn't went and gotten pictures or checked it out. So they just got done repainting the water tower, and fun. So anywho, yeah. But that's how I know, because of the drone discussions when it comes to the remote ID. So, right, I hear ya. Unfortunately, mine's on all the time. And why? Because, well, my phone communicates with Bluetooth to my watch. My watch connects both the Wi-Fi, only 2.4, and then it also will connect to Bluetooth. I don't know which. Probably not anything newer than 4. If it's 4, it might be 4. Bluetooth 4. I'd have to look. It's a TicWatch E, not the E2 or any. Just the TicWatch E. I would like to have a newer, faster watch, but the one I've got still works fine. it's a little laggy, but the thing I use it most for is just clearing notifications, because I get, of course, I've got all kinds of different news outlet apps on my phone. So all day long I'm getting notifications like crazy, and it's nice to be able to just swipe them off on the watch. Oh, and then I have an app on Windows called Phone Link or something like that, and it connects my Android phone to my Windows PC, so I can actually do everything right over the PC, clear notifications, even make phone calls, make and take phone calls right over the PC, through the phone. So it's all kind of cool. I love it. Yep. Absolutely. I love this little TicWatch. I mean, it does what I need. I say it's a little laggy. I would like to have something faster, but not a priority. Anyway, getting off of here, feeding these two bitches their gummies, and then heading to bed is on the agenda. What? I don't know what. Anyway, I am gonna get out of here, and God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. If they don't bury me tonight, I wouldn't be holding my breath on me being back tomorrow. So I've kind of been poking at both of them today. So anyway, I am out of here. I hope you all have a good evening. See you tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. Shalom.